Folks, today I want to explain something that I know little about. I'm going to use this stone right here as an example. And but first of all, I don't know how to explain this. I don't know what was the first arrowhead I found, but it seems that once I had found one or two or three, the images of them were just burnt into my brain. I could walk in a creek, and I don't know how hypnotism works or anything, but I'm looking for the patterns, the chips, the thing that makes it an arrowhead. And you rock hounds know what I'm talking about. You don't have to have the whole arrowhead sticking out. You know what I'm talking about. I just can't explain it. But this focus that one has for points can be shared. You can have other focuses, and I want to talk about two patterns in stones that one of them will be a really good indication that there is a horse image in the stone, and the other one is a really good chance of there being a Thunderbird and snake and elephants on that stone. So let me regroup just a bit, and I want to talk about those two subjects: Thunderbird shaped stones and indication of horses being carved. First of all, the horse image. They all have a nostril and a mouth on a semi-rounded end. And that is what that image is meant to be: a horse. And this horse is on the chest of a Thunderbird, but let me highlight it. This might have came up over here. That may be the ear right there. Let me start over. Well, anyway, that's a horse. There's the horse. Red ochre and some olive oil. But the shapes. Thunderbirds appear on that shape, sort of a 4 or 5-sided shape. Once you find a few, they will kind of stand out to you. The shape of the stone looks sort of like a bird in flight, 4 or 5 sides. And that's the shapes I usually find Thunderbirds in. And when I find a Thunderbird, there's usually something on the chest. On this one, it's a horse. Sometimes it's an elephant. There's an elephant right there, which is on the wing of this Thunderbird. So I'll go ahead and highlight this stone and then buff it so it has a same thing I did to this one. This is the one with the snake and the Thunderbird and all. And buff it down to where the images are more easy to see. I'm going to use some finely powdered orange ochre and olive oil to highlight a few of these so that the images will be seen better. These do not need highlighted. I know the images in them. This is just an example. But many stones have a lot of their original color. This is all original color. And I don't designate an image as an image unless it's got an eye. So all of these will have an eye. That's a Thunderbird with a snake attached to its tail. This is a very interesting stone. This is one that's I've shown in different ways, and it is still a mystery, but I'm not going to highlight this stone. I want to highlight this first just to show as an example. It's still got some mold on it. I'll clean that up, and then I'll highlight it back to its original color, which was an orange. But this is a really good owl. A lot of really nice carving in it. And eyes. Great shape. And it really deserves repainting. Let me show these. These are all Thunderbirds. There'll be a snake, 2 elephants on the wings. Many times something on the chest. Sometimes it's another Thunderbird itself, but usually it's a horse or an elephant. I found an owl one time on one chest, but these are all that image of the, I'm going to call it the legend of the Thunderbird. I don't need to highlight them. And you'll notice a particular shape of the stone that they chose to do the carving. And it's a really good pattern to sort of remember when looking in the creek. Some of the carvings is small. This one, and there's one right over here. Real small carving, almost like a whole scene. That's a Thunderbird flying above a mountain or whatever. This one is a large one. Many of them are small. But once you sort of try to focus in on the image, and I know you have to find one or two, and then it'll freeze itself into your brain, or I mean, burn. Um, so let me highlight this owl real quick as a good example. This is the three stones highlighted a little bit with ochre color and some olive oil. This owl, I decided not to put red on it. It has natural red deep down in there, and the dark was actually ancient dark color. So there is an owl. Another animal, or a bird. And an elephant. Pig, maybe. Buffalo, or a bird. Bird. A side cutter with two elephants, or an elephant and a bird. And an owl, and it's also could be hafted to make a little axe to break up firewood, and a horse. So that's it for today. This is that stone after the color touch-up has dried and I've buffed. That's the eye of the Thunderbird, made almost like a heart. Nice pecking. And the outstretched wings. And an elephant on that wing. This is an interesting, of course, they're all interesting, but this Thunderbird's head actually was the end of that horse. When I first looked at it, and I thought that was the head of the Thunderbird, and it probably is. There's so many images in here. So, now I'm really done for the day. Bye, folks. Hope you enjoyed this. Truly, I'm trying to say I'm done for the day, but I found something on this owl figurine, owl effigy, that I have never seen before. Never. The owl has a Thunderbird on its chest. And there's an image in the base of that even. But I have never seen a Thunderbird on an owl. I found one more image on this I want to show real quick. Wait. That is a Thunderbird. Original black color. And that is a snake that is attached to that wing. Incredible artwork. Incredible. One more time, I promise. There is a Thunderbird painted in black right there.